Good day, this is Stephen Yah on YaHVaHYahweh.Name. And referring to the Messiah, the branch, the symbol, the branch, is given here in Scripture, in Jeremiah chapter 23. And we'll be looking at Isaiah also in Zechariah. So Jeremiah 23, beginning at verse 1. Woe be unto the pastors that destroy and scatter the sheep of my pasture, saith YaHVah. Therefore thus saith YaHVah, the mighty one of Israel, against the pastors that feed my people. You have scattered my flock and driven them away, and have not visited them. Behold, I will visit upon you the evil of your doings, saith YaHVah. In Jeremiah 23, speaking to the pastors, and I will gather the remnant of my flock out of all countries where I have driven them. So he's driven us to Europe, Africa, America, the Native Americans being driven there from the tribe of Manasseh into America. I have driven them and will bring them again to their folds, and they shall be fruitful and increase. I will set up shepherds over them, which shall feed them, and they shall fear no more, nor be dismayed, neither shall they be lacking, saith YaHVah. Behold, the days come, saith YaHVah, that I will raise David a righteous branch, and a king shall reign and prosper, and shall execute judgment and justice in the earth. So I will raise unto David a righteous branch. That's a symbol of our Messiah YaHOSHA. And a king shall reign and prosper, and shall execute judgment and justice in the earth. In his days Judah shall be saved, and Israel shall dwell safely. And this is his name whereby he shall be called, YaHVah our righteousness, or in Hebrew, YaHVah Tsidkenu. That's found in Jeremiah chapter 23. We read about the righteous branch. YaHVah, or YaHOSHA, more properly, and even YaHVaHOSHA in the long form. YaHVaHOSHA the Messiah, who was impaled on the tree after 3 days and 3 nights. He rose from the grave. Aviv 14 to Aviv 17, the first month of the new year. Then we go to Zechariah, or Zechariah chapter 6, verses 12 and 13. Zechariah 6, and speak unto him, saying, Thus speaketh YaHVah of hosts, saying, Behold the man whose name is the branch, and he shall grow up out of his place. He shall grow up out of his place, and he shall build the temple of YaHVah. Even he shall build the temple of YaHVah. So YaHVah is building, or YaHOSHA, the branch, is building that temple in you, a new tabernacle for his Ruach HaKadosh, for his spirit to dwell therein, the spirit of the Almighty. And he shall bear the esteem, and shall sit and rule upon his throne, and he shall be a priest upon his throne, and the counsel of peace shall be between them both. That was Zechariah, or Zechariah, chapter 6. We move to Isaiah next. In chapter 11, we read again that symbolism, that word branch there, the righteous branch. So first of all, it was Jeremiah 23. After that, it was Zechariah chapter 6. Now we're going to Isaiah chapter 11. And there shall come forth a rod, R-O-D, out of the stem of Jesse, and a branch shall grow out of his roots. And the Spirit of YaHVah shall rest upon him, the Spirit of wisdom and understanding, the Spirit of counsel and might, the Spirit of knowledge and of the fear of YaHVah, and shall make him of quick understanding in the fear of YaHVah. And he shall not judge after the sight of his eyes, neither reprove after the hearing of his ears, but with righteousness shall he judge the poor, and reprove with equity for the meek of the earth. And he shall smite the earth with the rod of his mouth, and with the breath of his lips shall he slay the wicked. And righteousness shall be the girdle of his loins, and faithfulness the girdle of his reins. During the time of 2,000 years ago, when Messiah was on earth in Jerusalem, a babe born in Bethlehem of the Virgin Miriam. Verse 6 now, 11:6 of Isaiah, speaks of the future times to come, but it continues here within the context of this Isaiah, the 11th chapter. The wolf and the lamb shall feed together, and the lion shall eat straw like the bullock, and dust shall be the serpent's meat. The leopard shall lie down with a kid. We don't see that happening necessarily except in controlled situations. And the calf and the young lion and the fatling together, and a little child shall lead them. And the cow and the bear shall feed. Their young ones shall lie down together, and the lion shall eat straw like the ox. And the sucking child shall play on the hole of the asp, and the weaned child shall put his hand on the cockatrice's den, or the adder's den. So a child will be safe around those serpents in these future times when we are protected by Messiah. They shall not hurt nor destroy in all my separated mountain, for the earth shall be full of the knowledge of YaHVaH, as the waters cover the sea. And in that day there shall be a root of Jesse, which shall stand for an ensign of the people. To it shall the Gentiles seek, and his rest shall be, it says glorious here. We're going to change that to a more proper word, to magnificent. And it shall come to pass in that day that YaHVaH shall set his hand again the second time to recover the remnant of his people, which shall be left from Assyria, from Egypt, not Syria, but Assyria, Egypt, Pathros, Cush, Elam, Shinar, and from Hamath, and from the islands of the sea. And he shall set up an ensign for the nations, and shall assemble the outcasts of Israel, and gather together the dispersed of Judah from the four corners of the earth, from the four wings of the earth. The envy also of Ephraim shall depart, and the adversaries of Yehudah shall be cut off. Ephraim shall not envy Judah, and Judah shall not vex Ephraim. But they shall fly upon the shoulders of the Philistines toward the west. They shall spoil them at the east together, and lay their hand upon Edom and Moab, and the children of Ammon shall obey them. And YaHVaH shall utterly destroy the tongue of the Egyptian sea. With his mighty wind shall he shake his hand over the river, and shall smite it in the seven streams, and make men go over dry shod. And there shall be a highway for the remnant of his people, which shall be left from Assyria, like as it was to Israel in the day that he came up out of the land of Egypt, or in Hebrew, Mitzrayim, if you prefer. So that was Isaiah 11. We read the whole chapter there. Then to another great prophetic chapter in this part 1 series about the branch, Isaiah 65, verse 17. There are other passages in Isaiah. There's 29:13. There's 25, 1 through 10, and there's 29:13 to 19. There's that the branch, Messiah YaHOSHA, the Messiah will magnify the law and make it honorable. That's in 42:21. But right now we want to go again to 65:17 to the end of that. And thank you for joining us. You can find this material and much more in text and in free downloads and in players on YaHVaHYahweh.Name. Not .com. Well, you can use the .com as well. So 65:17, for behold, I create new heavens and a new earth, and the former shall not be remembered, nor come into mind. But be glad and rejoice forever in that which I create, for behold, I create Jerusalem a rejoicing, and her people a joy. And I will rejoice in Jerusalem, and joy in my people. And the voice of weeping shall be no more heard in her, nor the voice of crying. There shall be no more thence an infant of days, nor an old man that has not filled his days. For the child shall die 100 years old, but the sinner being 100 years old shall be accursed. So a child shall die 100 years old? Boy, that's pretty young for a child. I don't know about that. But I don't know everything about this, but this is prophecy. These are events yet to happen. They haven't happened yet, have they? Well, the other prophecies have been accomplished, so these will also. We can be assured of that. Verse 21, and they shall build houses and inhabit them, and they shall plant vineyards and eat the fruit of them. They shall not build and another inhabit. They shall not plant and another eat, for as the days of a tree are the days of my people, and mine elect shall long enjoy the work of their hands. They shall not labor in vain, nor bring forth for trouble, for they are the seed of the blessed of YaHVaH, and their offspring with them. And it shall come to pass that before they call, I will answer, and while they are yet speaking, I will hear. The wolf and the lamb shall feed together, and the lion shall eat straw like the bullock, and dust shall be the serpent's meat. They shall not hurt nor destroy in all my separated mountain, saith YaHVaH. We give him praise. May he come quickly in the second coming. May the increase of his government, the government be upon his shoulders. That's in Isaiah 9. That's chapter 9, verse 6. And may you have been blessed by this broadcast. You can drop me an email by hitting the contact button on that web page, or Stephen Yah with a T, Stephen Yah at YaHVaHYahweh.Name. And it says in Isaiah, For unto us a child is born, unto us a son is given, and the government shall be upon his shoulder, and his name shall be called Wonderful Counselor, the Mighty YaHVaH, the Everlasting Father, the Prince of Peace. Of the increase of his government, not decrease, but the increase of it, of the increase of his government and peace, there shall be no end upon the throne of David, and upon his kingdom, to order it and to establish it with judgment and with justice from henceforth, or with right ruling from henceforth, even forever. The zeal of YaHVaH of hosts will perform this. Shalom.